Check, 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 check. Oh, it looks like we're on. So as I'm often inclined to do, I went in and on my laptop actually made some tweaks. So if you looked at my last video, which was an hour long, it was actually more than an hour because I edited a few sessions together. But yeah, this is a complicated shot. I mean, it's a long shot. So what I did was I went into Akari and got her to boop, turn her head. And I decided that just having her turn her head like that with no transitional tween, I thought looked pretty good. Okay, so the only thing I would say is she's got the action. I wonder if maybe we should bump this downstream a little bit. Yes. So we'll save that. Okay, so what's left? What is left is the ninja's hand. Okay, so I'm going to say right here, I'm going to modify Akari to take the ninja's hand out of there. Okay, so let's take this brush and we'll literally just go like that. We're just going to erase it out of there. And actually, for the record, I just noticed another flaw that needs to be remedied as well. Yeah, definitely. So this is kind of a stupid attack on my part. Right here, we need to get the other, we need to get the rest of the pigtail in there. Like so. Oops. Oh, come on. B key Z. Okay. And then this is obviously ridiculous. So I apologize for that obvious and ludicrous gaffe on my part. But this is the nice thing about Krita is it's easy to patch things. It's easy to go in and correct boo-boos. Oops. Okay. That'll work. And now here we kind of have the same situation. So because her neck got twisted a bit, let's kind of do that. Actually, you know what? Let's not do that. Let's use. We'll do this. And then let's just, like I said, let's patch this. So what we'll do is we'll get this, and then it's kind of brain dead to take this color and just kind of go like that and create that border there. Little bit of judicious erasing. Okay, that'll work. So, whoops. I did not mean to hit the M key. I hit the wrong key there. And even though the only thing changing here is her eyes, Yeah, the only thing that changes is her eyes, so I tell you what, let's just redo the eyes. Boop. That'll be easier to do. Just fix the eyes. And the way we do that is we grab this color. See you later. Have fun. Actually, okay. Okay. And I guess the obvious other flaw, and this is my own fault because of the way I did this, because I just basically chopped her head off and reversed it, so I should have expected that there'd be a few hiccups. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to erase this. And you know what? We're gonna make it work. That's what we're gonna do. It's not like nothing's ever perfect in the real world, so sometimes you just have to. You gotta make it work, man. Okay, I'm gonna turn the smoother on. Whoops. Turned on the smoothing. That looks pretty good. Let me just check here. Yeah, I mean, you could certainly argue that the whole idea of her pigtail being in that position all this time is completely ridiculous. Isn't it? So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to patch that. So give me half a second here to consider how we're going to patch it. Well, we've got these two poses that are a little screwy, so here's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's arbitrarily choose frame 24 as our target frame. Let's turn the smoothing back up, by the way. And actually, no, let's not do this. Sorry, my bad. What I want to do is put a layer above. Okay. I'm going to hit Control Insert. I'm going to go back here and get rid of that keyframe. And now what we're going to do is we're literally going to patch over a car and then we're going to bake it down. Okay. And I'll show you how we're going to do that very quickly and very easily. Okay. I feel like I went a little too far. So let's stop the pigtails there. Boom, boom. Okay. So now having that patched over top, then here we're gonna let me see here. Okay. erase it here. And I mean, I guess what we really need to do here is let's get rid of this. So in the Akari layer, hello, what we're going to do here is when she flips around, we're going to erase the pigtail out of there so that we can put it in the other layer, and that way it'll just overlap all the other frames. Pretty simple. Okay. Okay. Here, I will say we're just going to literally patch this. So we're going to have it here. And is that the last frame? It is. That's actually the last frame we'd have to fix. So therefore, if you can believe this, that's how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go in, erase everything we don't like, paint over it, okay, that's going to have outlines, so it's not as if we have to oh, I'm not supposed to be using the pencil, silly. Supposed to be using the ink brush. Okay. I'm just going to erase that so it's hidden. And there's one thing missing. Right here in the Akari layer. Boy, that's too bad. That's alright. Boom. Boom. Well, what we're doing here, folks, is we're just not going to settle for crap. There are so many situations, and if you've been following me for a while, you've seen this, where, you know, I've fixated on one aspect of it, and actually, you know what, I'm going to put this in the patch layer and put it right here. I'm just going to actually move this backwards. And then we're going to patch this. So, like I said, I'm going to be rigorous about the stuff that's not quite right, and we're going to make it right. That's what we're going to do. Period. And at the end of the day, it's all fun anyhow. Okay. Now what I am willing to let go is the fact that this pigtail is a little bit shorter. So what we're missing right here is this. Okay. Well, it's one of the things I like about Krita, is how easy it is to go in and fix these sorts of things. So now I can take this patch layer and just boop, punch it down, bake it in, And if I'm not mistaken, I think I've just fixed Akari's layer. Yeah, there it is. So you just patch over top of it, little erasing, a little judicious redrawing, and good to go. Okay, so, and the thing is, if there's something about it that really wasn't quite up to scratch, it's not like we can't go in and you know, patch some more. So what's missing now is let's turn this stuff on. Okay, that's Akari's hand, so Ninja's hand. Okay, so let's turn this back off. And this layer, we're going to make a copy of it, and we're going to slide this way up on top. Okay? And right here, we're going to insert a key. And then all we got to do is go back here and delete all these keys here in this copy. And by the way, it probably would be prudent to save our work. So the hand is invisible until here. Okay. And now it's a dottle to go ahead and do what I'm doing. And with that, the shot is done, other than we need to go in and do the blender work. Save our work. Let's hit rewind. And unless I've completely blown it here, unless I'm really missing something badly, I do believe. There it is. There's our shot. Okay, so now we can render this out, and we'll render it as an image sequence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my temp folder over here, and guys, remind me to remember to switch back to this screen. Okay, Control R, and we're going to render an image sequence, and we're not going to put it in the conversions folder. We're going to put it in the temp folder so that it can then be used in Blender. The base name is, I don't even know that. I'm just going to call it temp. I don't care. Let's render that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pull up Blender 2.8, and we're going to do what we were kind of sort of learning the other day, which is get into object mode. Let's add an image. Background is images, or not background, but images as planes. We're going to go to our volumes, L drive, anime, Val's anime, temp, and we're going to select everything. We're going to animate the image sequence. We're going to make it shadeless, not trying to do any color correction here, and import it. Okay, and there it is. And now we could do a camera move, or we could do a or we could resize this. It doesn't actually matter which we do. Okay, so there's that. Let's go to the camera. Camera view. Okay, so you can see that it's masked out here. And what we're going to do is I would say right about here, Let's not be in grease pencil, but rather dope sheet. Okay. And let's go back here and let's insert a key for location. Okay. Let's insert a second key for location here by just copying this over. And then we're going to do a little bit of a move here. Insert that as a location key. Let them crack their heads. And actually, I think that's the only camera move we need. So in that case, let's go on the X slightly back this way. Insert that as a location key. And now, let me just zoom in here so that we're sort of cropping it to what we would actually see. So what we would see would be something like this. Let's just kind of say that. Okay. Okay. That's it. All right. So now we're going to go to our output, which I believe is this guy. We do not want that. We want 1280. We're doing broadcast HD here, folks. By 720. And we're not going through to 250. I would say we're going through to 170. 170. And we're going to save it out as a AVI JPEG. And we're going to go here. Render. And since I don't have any clue what shot this actually is, I need to open up another instance of Blender so that I can look at my edit. And this actual shot was 106. Okay, we're going to go up here, 0106. Now the original was an MP4 and this is an AVI. So Control F12 means that up in this other screen, Blender's going to render this all out. And then we will cut it into the show. So while that's rendering, in the other instance of Blender, I'm going to kind of pull this back a bit so we get our little bit of context for the transition. I'm going to move this down slightly, and then what's going to happen is when this shot is done rendering, we'll just drag the AVI into the edit and see how she looks. So, and the way we're going to do that is go to the render folder up here, and 0106, of which we already have 2 versions. So this is version number 3. Well, give me credit, folks. It's because I'm trying to be unyielding about improving this all the time, not just being satisfied with less than stellar results. As he takes a drink of his brewski. Okay, is it done rendering? It looks like it is. Let's jump back here. Hit the old refresh, and where is it? I guess these are grouped by type, aren't they? So 106 would be up here. Where are you? AVI 0106. Pings, MP4s. Okay, guys, I'm actually seriously at risk of having a dyslexia attack here. So there's an excellent chance that I'm looking literally straight at it and not seeing it. So I'm going to go up here. 01. Here's the problem. Blender tags onto the 0106 all the 01 through 170. So that's a little bit silly. We need to go to here. Drag that in. Make like that. And actually, wow, that fit like just barely perfectly. Okay. Let's see what we have. Not bad. We need a modifier. And that's it, folks. As you know, there will be more later.